There was a girl I met a few years ago who I genuinely thought was going to be my future wife one day. It's cringe, I know, but it was the summer of 2019, and my friend Alif and I, we went out to Los Angeles. We got on a plane and we flew to Los Angeles because we had three of our friends' graduations to go to. But then we ran into a problem. We spent so much time telling people, bro, we're gonna meet up one day. We're gonna spend the next 2 weeks here, and it's gonna be a movie, bro. We spent so much time deciding what we're going to eat, where we're going to eat. We spent so much time planning that we forgot to plan where we're going to stay. And me, I'm the type of person who likes to keep things organized, and I'm like, bro, where are we going to stay, bro? Like, we don't have money because we're both broke college students. We just graduated high school. I graduated a year before he graduated, like 2 months ago. So we're broke college students who have no money to spend like the night at the hotel for 2 weeks, because that's like a lot of money at the time. And the fact that we need to we need to take an Uber to the hotel, then we need to take an Uber back every day, and it's just such a headache, bro. We have no ride, we have no place to stay at. And then he told me that it's all figured out. What he didn't tell me was that his mom already arranged a place for us to stay. His mom's friend also had a daughter that was graduating high school, right? And she said it's cool if we stay with them just because, they know my friend and everything, and they've seen me like once or twice in the past. So we were like, okay, cool, at least we have a place to stay, at least we have like a place to stay. And so instead of three graduations, now we're going to four graduations, which is fine by me, bro. Like, I'm trying to have a good time in LA before I go back home to Dallas. So I want to spend as much time as possible, like, having fun. We took an Uber to their place, and we got to their house. And when we got there, that's when I met her. It wasn't the person who's graduating. It was her younger sister. I don't know how, but we just clicked instantly. Like, those people you can meet and instantly build a relationship together. Like, it doesn't have to be boy and girl. It's just like you meet another person and instantly you guys get along. Instantly you guys can talk about stuff like, what is the meaning of the earth? Why am I on this planet and stuff? These type of questions that if you ask anybody else, people are going to give you like such a basic answer. And so like these deep questions people don't have an answer to. But then you find somebody who also is like kind of crazy like you, thinking of like, why am I on this planet? You meet somebody who has like the same struggles as you mentally, the same like mindset as you mentally. It's so easy to get along. Like the type of people you meet one time and then you're up all night on FaceTime talking to them. It's something else, bro. I swear, bro, I'm like a damn certified lover boy. But it's like, I'm imagining like my future with her and stuff. Like, she wants to like, she was telling me how she wants to like eventually start wearing the hijab more, and like she wants to have children, like raise them, like homeschool them and stuff. And everything is just like music to my ears, bro, because it's like the same stuff I've been preaching online, the type of woman I want. But then I fumbled, bro. I fumbled so hard. Like, it's one of the top 3 fumbles of my life, bro, because I discovered the red pill after I left. And after I discovered the red pill, bro, these people telling them if she takes 14 minutes to text you back, take another 14 minutes. Or matter of fact, double it. Take 28 minutes to text her back. These people telling me that you need to ignore her. You need to actually not give her any like validation and stuff. If she shows you like what she looks like, if she sends you a selfie, just be like, nice. And like show no emotion and stuff. It's like these like little tactics, bro. I thought that, oh yeah, I'm gonna make her like me even more, not realizing that she already did like me. And I ended up pushing her away, just following these tactics. And I'm like, I just fumbled this girl that I could have married one day. And I had this master plan, bro. This master plan of like, yeah, I'm gonna go back home. I'm gonna get my mom. I'm gonna tell her to become friends with her mom, so that they have the idea of marriage. So that it's all my mom's idea to get us married. It's not mine. It's like big plan, bro. Like going into like such autistic detail, like describing how like we're gonna have like a small marriage, we're gonna go to like Makkah, do like Umrah there, and then come back home instead of having like a big traditional wedding and stuff. And it's like, and it really could have happened, but I threw it all away just because I wasn't true to myself. I wasn't to being myself. It's not enough just to be true to yourself, because you truly don't know what you want in life. We're conditioned by society to think we want something, and it ends up influencing our own like subconscious thinking. This is what I want in my life, so this is what I'm going to go for. You know, I wanted to build like a future relationship someday with her, inshallah. I thought I was being myself, right? I thought, oh, I just need to be myself, but I'm gonna follow these tactics, right? So that I can become a better, true version of myself, and then she will fall in love with me, and then we can get married one day. But then that's not even true to myself, because the only reason why like I was attracted to her, or like the reason why she was attracted to me, was because I was myself. And I'm not talking about like basic like being true to yourself, right? Not like having like these like surface level conversations like, oh, you like Minecraft, I like Minecraft too. Yeah, what do you like doing in Minecraft, bro? Like I like flying, and like I like playing Hunger Games in Minecraft. Not these like surface level conversations where you have with people where you're technically being true to yourself by talking about your interests, but you're not being true to your mind, true to your soul, what your soul really wants. Because you can be that person who would much rather like talk about the meaning of life, talking about what memory comes to your mind when you eat like a tub of ice cream, bro, a tub of chocolate ice cream. What's the first thing comes to your mind? Like these type of like conversations that you're going to be criticized or scrutinized for thinking about, for wanting to talk to people. And so what you end up doing is just bringing it down a level and talking about just like surface level stuff that you're still interested in, but it's not deep enough. Like, of course, you can't do it all the time. Like, imagine you work in like a phone repair shop, and like the customer wants to get their phone fixed, and you start talking about how the Nokia is so much more better than the iPhone, because at least when you drop Nokia, it doesn't break, but the iPhone 15, even though it's made of titanium, it breaks and stuff. But and then customers, they're like, bro, just fix my phone already, just shut up about nonsense conversation. So there's times where, like, of course you can't be yourself, but you want to be yourself and true to yourself for the most part, because what is real will prosper. Whatever you put out into this world, as long as there's genuine intent behind it, it will always prosper. Regardless the form of expression, they will all abide by that rule. That's why authenticity flourishes while falsehood doesn't, because people are yearning for the truth. We're starved for the truth nowadays because there's so much lies and propaganda going around the media. People don't know what to believe in, if they should follow one person or not. And so people are starving for the truth. And so if you can be your authentic self, your true self, where people can actually resonate with you, then people are going to become attracted to you. But you start spreading lies and stuff, you start being somebody who you're not, you're going to push away the people who truly like you for you. You might attract people. That's not like, I'm not saying you're not going to attract people by being somebody you're not, but the type of people you're going to attract only likes you because you're that certain person. And once you drop that facade, once you stop acting like the person you're acting like, they're all going to disappear. What is real will prosper. What you feel in the morning, what you feel during the day, what you feel at night when you're laying in bed and you have all these intrusive thoughts going to your head, replaying certain scenarios that happened throughout the day, replaying the time that you dropped your lunch on the way to the bench and you had to like you had to quickly shuffle to the trash can, throw your lunch away, and then you go run out the cafeteria. You start replaying moments of how you fumbled the soccer game for school because you were supposed to make the goal-winning shot, but you missed, and now you lost because of you. You start fumbling all these little thoughts, and you start feeling alone because you think that you're the only one having these type of thoughts, when you're not alone. Everybody else is having these sort of thoughts, and you talking about your thoughts like that brings a certain amount of comfort to people. Makes them feel welcome, makes them feel like, this person knows what he's talking about, because I feel the exact same way. The girl I was talking to, bro, all I would talk to her about was like stuff that would make your mind think, bro, stuff that I can't talk to normal people about, because if I start talking to people about, there's microplastics in the food, do you know, like, to raise a child, you don't want them to be feeding from a bottle, because that bottle is going to mess up their testosterone or estrogen levels, like when they're older in life. Like little things, bro, if I talk to you about them, you're going to think I'm weird. At the time she said this to me, which I thought was like an insult, but looking back, it's probably the biggest compliment somebody could give me. And she said she thought I was low-key a fed because of my level of honesty with her, right? And I'm like, What does that even mean? How am I fed for being honest? But it's like you want to be as truthful as possible. Like, what do you gain out of lying? You gain nothing from lying other than other people thinking you're cool. Again, you're living your life to like other people's perspective of you when you're somebody completely different. Just being as honest as possible. Whatever thought came to my head, I would speak it to her out loud whenever I felt like a drop of anxiety, and I'd tell her that. Because how else will you attract the person who's you're meant to attract when you're not being honest? Like the person I could literally talk to about like what is the meaning of life, what is your like darkest fears, what are you most afraid of, not like a one word answer, like what are you actually afraid of. These questions that you can't really talk to people about because people don't really want to answer them, and it kind of puts them on the spot too. But when you portray yourself like as like an authentic human being, not only do you get respect from other people for being able to like speak your mind, for being able to like say whatever you want to say because you're being true to yourself. That's when people get attracted to you. They start thinking of you as like this charismatic guy, and their level of respect for you increases as well. Like let's say you enter a dark room for the first time and you have no idea where anything is. You're walking around, bro. You're like bumping into stuff. There's clothes on the floor. There's like little toys, bro. You step on like a PS5 controller at one point, and it's like you have no idea how to like navigate the room because you might step on something like if you take another step. But when you shine the light on it, when you like take out your flashlight and look around, all of a sudden you can see where everything is because you're shining a light on it. So now when you see like another PS5 controller, you can avoid it. And it affects you so much that even if you turn the light off, you know exactly where it is because now you're consciously aware that even though you can't see this object, that object is still there and you can work with it. The same way with like you try telling people about your problems in life, you start telling them, I have really bad anxiety talking to people. Can we still be friends? People, even though like now that they know this part of you, now that you've shined the light on your anxiety, people are going to become much more aware of the type of person you are, and they're going to like you so much more, even if you never bring up your anxiety ever again, because you shine the light on your darkness. And by shining light on it, you shine through your darkness. People will never tell you how you truly feel until you have the confidence yourself to tell them how you feel, to tell them if you're like struggling with anxiety, if you're struggling with depression and stuff. That's why just being yourself is not enough, because imagine I just talked to this girl only talking about what I'm interested in, right? What am I interested at the time? I was interested in Fortnite, right? Because this is 2019, Fortnite's still popping. Fortnite, I'm interested in reading because I just started reading, right? And I'm interested in the gym because I just started working out for the first time, right? So imagine I start talking to her about the gym, bro. I start talking to her about reading. I start talking to her about Fortnite. You can't just limit yourself to talking about just your interests. I would ask her questions that I would think to myself, bro. Like these deep questions, like what would you do if your parents would die right now? The type of questions where it's like, you need some time to think about it, right? You need to be like, you can't just like walk down the street and ask somebody because they're going to be like, who are you? Why are you asking me this? This wasn't even supposed to be dating advice. It's just like the first example I thought of. But imagine I'm talking to Tamzita, right? I'm talking to this girl and I start asking her questions about her, trying to understand her. Like I'm still being true to myself. Like I like asking questions and listening rather than speaking. So I'm gonna ask her questions about what do you like to do? Like what are you gonna major in school? Like irrelevant questions that I don't even care about, and she probably doesn't even care about either. When you stop like the surface level of advice of being true to yourself and actually go deeper than that and start asking questions like, what are you most afraid of? Like what's the first thing that pops up to your head when I tell you that? And I've realized that your word is golden, and so why are you going to waste it on talking about stuff that's so irrelevant, stuff that you don't even care about, but you want to talk about it because you want people to like you, you want to make friends and stuff? No, forget all of that. Why don't you talk about what's going in your head right now? The fact that you're not present because you're thinking that they might not like me. Why not just tell them, hey, I'm having these like intrusive thoughts right now about like how you might not like me. You think that's true? Like, do you think that's true, or like am I just like overthinking it? They're going to like you so much more because you're being genuine, you're being true to yourself, and so what is genuine will prosper. And of course, you're not going to attract everybody. Like it's not a one size fits all. You're going to push away people who don't like you for that, bro. Who are actually just surface level people who don't even have anything to talk about other than, oh, what's the weather like? You know, what did you do yesterday? You go to that Gunna concert. Some people won't even like you, and that's fine because you don't want them anyway. Why would you want somebody who doesn't like you for yourself? Who only likes you for like an image you portray? Because once that image is gone, they're gone too. So forget about them. And I know you want to make friends, but that's not the right way to go about it, to sacrifice your own mental well-being just so you can have a couple of friends. Because if you ever run into a problem, these friends won't help you because they don't care about you like that. They only care about certain activities y'all are interested in. And it's also hard because our brains are trying to protect us, bro. Like, our brains are so smart to the point where it's kind of dumb at the same time, bro. Like it thinks that we're going to be in danger trying to express our true self, express ourselves. So it tries to censor everything. It tries to like put like blockades on everything. Like imagine like I'm Muslim, right? I remember when I was in school, I'd get bullied for being Muslim. So I would never tell people that I'm Muslim. And so I can still be true to myself, right? I can still go on my day with nobody knowing I'm Muslim. But then am I really being true to myself if they don't know that? Of course, like, I'm not going to like say it out loud, right? It's like, oh, by the way, guys, I'm Muslim, you know? But it's like you're suppressing this core part of yourself just because you've been like, you've had like a negative experience with it, like telling people, like people finding out that you're Muslim and stuff. So yeah, you try to, your brain will try to censor it so that you don't get hurt again. And that's the problem because your brain doesn't know what's good for you all the time. It all stems down from like our ancestral days where if you try going against the tribe, you'll probably be banished because tribe sticks together, right? Tribe sticks together. If you separate from the tribe, that symbolizes death and you don't want to die. So you conform to society. And we've had that same mindset into this day. To this day that we want to conform to society, so we'll suppress all the thoughts that come into our head, all are like the truest version of ourselves. We're going to suppress it because it doesn't fit society's standards. Because imagine like you have social anxiety and you want to go to school to make friends, but it's hard because when you have social anxiety, how are you going to make friends when every person you talk to feels like they're going to start judging you for every word that comes out of your mouth? And so like you try talking to people, you don't know what to think because your mind is like already on overdrive thinking about like what might happen after this conversation is over. You can't really think about anything meaningful to say or add to the conversation, so you'll either stay silent or you'll say something like, oh, did you watch the game yesterday? And like hoping that somebody will respond and like carry the conversation so you have nothing else to say. He's actually being himself. And now you just leveled up this friendship. And I understand it's difficult, but you need to realize that nothing in life that's worthwhile is easy. If you want to get rid of your anxiety, it's going to be tough work, but it's going to be so much more worth it. So what is real will prosper.